Hello everyone. We're on chapter 5 and I'm going to get started. We're on 13. Just as little is it legitimate to regard the sum of perceptual characteristics as the thing. It might be quite possible for a spirit to receive the concept at the same time as and united with the percept. It would never occur to such a spirit that the concept did not belong to the thing. It would have to ascribe to the concept as existence indivisibly bound up with the thing. The summary we had for 13 was an object is more than the sum of its perceptual characteristics. If it were possible to receive a concept at the same time as a percept, the concept would be inseparable from the object. So in this paragraph, he's just stating that the perceptual characteristic, as I mentioned earlier, is not just the thing. There's more to it. And the concept is part of the perception of it as well. So that's what he's pointing out. It's not just the percept, but the concept as well is part of the object. And paragraph 14. I will make myself clear by an example. If I throw a stone horizontally through the air, I perceive it in different places, one after the other. I connect these places so as to form a line. Mathematics teach me to know various kinds of lines, one of which is the parabola. I know the parabola to be a line which is produced when a point moves according to a particular law. If I examine the conditions under which the stone thrown by me moves, I find the path transversed is identical with the line I know as a parabola. That the stone moves just in a parabola is a result of the given conditions and follows necessarily from them. The form of the parabola belongs to the whole phenomena as much as any other feature of it does. The spirit described above, who has no need of the detour of thinking, would find itself presented not only a sequence of visual percepts at different points, but as part and parcel of this phenomena, also with the parabolic form of the path, which we added to the phenomena only by thinking. And the summary we had for 14 is, in the example where a stone is thrown horizontally through the air, we use thinking to link the parabolic trajectory with the visual observations. So again, when I'm throwing a stone, he's just reiterating the point in 13. When I'm throwing a stone, I see the stone going this way, and that's just my observations of it. But to get the idea that it's forming the shape of a parabola, that requires thinking, because that's a concept. So I don't see that concept. So there he's showing that my thinking is linked to observation, and my thinking helps me to better understand what this motion is. And so I'm adding something to the world when I'm thinking, because I perceive this and then I realize, oh, it's forming a parabola. I've learned something or whatnot. So that's what he's pointing again in 14, just to clarify his previous point, that the perception itself is not the whole of the object. It's adding the concept, which we do through thinking, that we're adding to what we perceive, that makes an object complete. So for 15, I'm going to move on. It is not due to the objects that they are given to us at first without the corresponding concepts, but to our mental organization. Our whole being functions in such a way that from every real thing that the relevant elements come to us from two sides, from perceiving and from thinking. And the summary for 15 is, in the moment I approach an object, that's 16, sorry. 15, due to our spiritual organization, the elements of reality flow to us from two sides. Thinking does not equal perceiving. And so the 2 points are thinking and perceiving. What it is just basically saying is that, because of the way we're organized, we can't perceive the concept and the object as one thing. So we get our understanding of an object from two directions, one which is perceiving and the other which is thinking. I'm going to move on to 16. The way I am organized for apprehending the things has nothing to do with the nature of the things themselves. The gap between perceiving and thinking exists only from the moment that I, as spectator, confront the things. Which elements do and which do not belong to the things cannot depend at all on the manner in which I obtain my knowledge of these elements. The summary for 16 is, in the moment I approach an object, a gap occurs between perceiving and thinking, yet this gap in no way defines the limits of my awareness of the elements of the object. Okay, so that's pretty, just stating that when there is a moment of, a moment of where there's a gap, there's a space between when we perceive something and then when we think about it and then formulate a concept. It doesn't just happen like instantaneously, necessarily. It might seem like it in some cases because you're always perceiving the same thing or whatever, and then boom, it just, oh, this is the idea. But there is sort of that gap, and but that doesn't negate anything. It doesn't make any knowledge that you glean from the object any less valuable, because there is this gap, so to speak. All we're going to cover today, so I look forward to seeing you all again. Bye.